So I says to Mabel, Mabel, listening to podcasts, what a fucking waste of time. Anyway, when did the mics go hot?
Hey, what's up, Peter?
Hey, Mabel here. Peter,
Uh-oh.
you're very mean and have unpopular opinions.
Lore Boy's here. Pete's inaugural episode. Inaugural? Yeah. Nuclear.
Nuclear.
Wait, we need to have 2 kids.
And
And one of us needs to be a mom and dad, and one of us needs to not be here.
Okay. Well, it's my first episode of season 3. And, so, in our first episode about
Peter's
the Lord of the
the
Rings.
dad.
I'm
Yeah,
the dad.
who's who? Who's who?
I'm
the
dad.
mom. Peter's the dad. You're the...
No,
guy
what's your names? That's Peter.
Oh, hi, Peter.
Oh, yeah. Peter O'Donohue here. Sorry. God, I fucked that up on my last episode, too. I just forget to introduce us.
Yeah.
You should know by now.
Yeah.
Over here, who's this?
I'm James Miller, and every episode is somebody's first episode.
That's true.
I'm Ethan Palmer. I'm the mom.
There we go. Now, I did a little bit of an introduction a couple of weeks ago, maybe about a month or two, where we did the Lord of the Rings. But I talked about the creation of the universe, which does not actually feature in the title.
The Yifiverse?
Yes.
Correct?
The Ainolade.
Ainulade or something.
Ainulindale.
Yeah,
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Wait, what is that again?
Where it was Ainu and the creation and his song.
The first theme, where he rocks the universe into existence.
Morgoth,
Yeah.
or what was the...
Melkor.
Melkor
Who
was
eventually
the first discordant sound in the universe.
Makes dragons and trolls
That's
and
right.
shit.
Yeah.
It was a very cool episode.
And also, he also makes Sauron, who's going to feature prominently in this episode.
Turns out Lord of the Rings has some pretty cool lore behind it. Who'd have guessed?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
None of you guys out there listening would have guessed. That's why we're here. To tell you guys, hey,
Yeah, we're just saving you from yourselves.
this cool hipster story called The Lord of the Rings.
You may have heard of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
They made 6 movies nobody watched out of them.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
pretty
Based
big.
on Harry Potter.
Yeah. that is
Well,
true.
it's one of the it was one of the redos that J.K. Rowling did, where the gay characters turned out to be like pretty cool, so
Yeah.
they went on a huge adventure.
They turned out to be pretty cool songs.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah.
And there was still all of the fart huffing that you would come to expect from Harry Potter now, apparently.
Fart huffing? I missed that stuff.
Dumbledore,
Dumbledore and Grindelwald.
he would suck farts out of Grindelwald's butt like a bong hit.
Are you not on Twitter? You
I
should follow J.K. Rowling on Twitter, dude.
Yeah.
I've
She posts
read
all the
all
stuff there.
read all the books.
Well, there's not so much fart huffing in there.
No. You gotta read the
'cause it's
Silmarillion.
It's just like,
Oh.
yeah,
It's a
exactly.
setup for,
yeah. The
The
forgotten
Dumbledore
tales, yeah.
Grindelwald romance.
I even watched the Grindelwald things on the plane
The
when on my way
Fantastic
back
Beasts?
from Poland. Yeah, both of them. I watched them in the wrong
Fantastic
order.
Beats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dwight Schrute story.
the sick beats. But anyway, what we're going to talk about now is the actual rings of the Lord of the Rings and who the Lord of the Rings is. Because it's one guy.
Frodo.
No.
What?
Um,
Wait, what? Frodo Baggins.
It's Sauron. Sauron is the Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I thought it was Blibbo or whatever his name is.
Blibbo. Boo. Everybody's favorite hobbit.
Favorite hermit.
Yeah.
Blibbo. He's got like a bunch of latex balloons
Yeah.
hanging out of his pockets. He's like some sort of forsaken clown.
It's big feet.
Yeah. So the rings of God damn it, the rings of power, as they are known, are 20 magical rings intended to corrupt the races of Middle Earth.
Yes.
There's 20 of them, Peter? I thought there was only one.
5 for the dwarves.
Nope.
11 for man. 3 for elves.
There you go. We did it.
Is that right?
I got no
19 of these rings were outsourced to the elven smiths of Aragon or Ergion. I haven't spoken this out loud.
Aragon. You don't speak Elvish.
Ergion, yeah.
Spell it.
Ergo. You
E-R-E-
mispronounced the words.
Wait,
G-I-O-N.
Eregion?
Yeah, Aragoin.
Aragoin.
Ergion.
Argoin.
Yeah. So Sauron, when he was making his evil rings, he was like, "Look, I'm still kind of frugal because I'm evil. I'm a bit. If anything, I'm a
labor.
businessman."
Yeah.
He outsourced it to the elves.
He's
because
evil,
it's
so he's
cheaper.
capitalist, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
And the elves' time is worth less because they have so much of
immortal.
It was like
Yeah.
a ring of power laundering thing, basically.
yeah.
He just wanted it to seem like he wasn't like super evil.
I picked up these rings from Cuba, so
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta
So
get them through customs somehow. Can you,
these
like,
ringsmiths were led by an elf named Celebrimbor.
Celebrity?
Who actually, which we all thought was like a made-up dumb fanfic character because he's the spooky ghost superpower in the Shadow of Mordor video game.
Okay.
He's
Oh, yeah.
totally from the Silmarillion.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know that. Okay, I played that game.
Yeah, Celebrimbor's a real character.
Okay,
From
cool.
well, a real fake character, not a fake character.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Like
yeah,
the guy that he possesses.
Talion is,
fake
to
character.
the best of my knowledge, a fake character.
Yeah.
And not a real fake
Yeah,
character.
I love that in that game you sneak up on your wife, and it's like it's teaching you the stealth
The stealth
tutorial,
kill is kiss
and
her
it's
on the
like
cheek.
hold X to kiss your wife.
Yeah.
You have to sneak up
I
on
liked
her.
that. I thought that was cute.
Yeah,
Nerd boys around the world.
Yeah, exactly.
A real woman. This isn't very realistic.
But then when you try to kiss all the enemies later, it goes way wrong.
Yeah, you cut off a lot of their heads.
Yeah.
I keep stabbing them in the throat. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Am I so unlovable?
I keep kissing them, but their teeth are so pointy.
It'd be funny because of course the nemesis system in that game is really cool. But if you like burn a guy, he comes back with scars.
Yeah.
If you like kiss a guy on the cheek, he comes back with like the lipstick mark on his cheek.
Unpopular opinion, I didn't love the game. I liked the game. I didn't love it as much as everybody else did, and I came at it probably 2 or 3 years after its prime.
Yeah.
And I thought it was fun for what it was, but for all the hype that I got, I wouldn't say like go back to it and expect it to be the best game ever.
So,
it's like
I
go
got a
kill
lot of hype
orcs.
around that game.
I got it for like
Everyone told me it was amazing,
yeah,
and then I
got
played
it
it
for
and it was like
65
cool.
cents,
Same.
I think, on Humble Bundle.
Yeah.
Like maybe 3-4 months ago. Haven't touched it since I stopped. I was like
No.
playing and then stopped. I never even got to the part where you can create like your own employees, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
was just killing people.
Yeah, I had a solid like hour and a half, 2 hours, or no, sorry, like day and a half, 2 days of playing,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I don't know, it didn't stick for me, but it's fun. If you guys get it cheap, play it. It's
Yeah,
fun
I
like
mean,
that.
like we said, it's and the thing that I thought was really interesting is that Celebrimbor is not a pure fan fiction character. Like I
Yeah.
thought he was, just because the concept of the game is so fucking out there.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever. Some dude just made up a dumb, goofy elven name that Tolkien could never think up something so stupid
Yeah, that's it.
like Celebrimbor.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
he's legit.
The man who thought up Bleebo. Come on.
Blibbo.
Bleebo, yeah.
Blebo Bergens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bleebo Buggins.
Blebo Bernstein.
Oh, actually, that game caught a lot of flack for introducing, like, advertising having a female player character, but it was just a reskinned Talo or whatever his name
Talion.
is. Talion.
Yeah.
And, like, it had the same voice lines. You still have a wife and everything.
Yeah, you
They
could
just
also
changed
save
the
your
skin.
You could save yourself as well. Like if you play
Yeah.
skinned as her, there's like some point where you need to save her,
Yeah.
and it's just her rescuing herself.
Yeah.
I've seen screenshots of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was 19 rings. Then, like I said, there was 20. The final 20th ring was made in secret by Sauron himself.
And that's the
So-
one we all know.
A
rule them
little
all.
bit, yeah, a little bit of corporate espionage.
One ring to bind.
And yeah, it was made specifically to dominate the other 19.
What's
so
the point of the other 19?
the first 3 magical rings were given to the elven lords. These were made by Celebrimbor himself alone and were never actually touched by Sauron.
Okay.
So he made them quickly overnight, just like, oh man, I just gotta get
Yeah,
this stuff
that's it.
out before the boss gets here because he's got some weird plans. I saw
That's
some
it,
of
yeah.
his Excel sheets and I'm not
That's
into this.
These blueprints
Yeah.
look fucked up.
They were actually named, these 3 rings, as is most things in Tolkien's work. Narya was the ring of fire. It was gold with a red jewel and was given to a man in black.
Okay.
Not really. It's just a ring of fire. I just threw that in there. It's not actually given to Johnny Cash.
Oh.
Little Johnny Cash lore for you.
Peter,
That-
you gotta remember, I am an uncultured idiot.
Right.
So.
And also, a Man in Black is like a fantasy thing too, like Stephen King's
The
Gunslinger. I think
Yeah,
it's
no.
like
The Man in Black.
Yeah, what's the first line? Like the Man in Black fled and the Gunslinger followed, or something like that.
Could be.
That's like the first
Never
line of the
read it.
book. Yeah.
Don't know. Never read it either.
It's good. It's good.
So it wasn't Johnny Cash who got Narya. It was actually given to the elf lord Gilgalad, and he held the highest authority among the elves at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
King of the
this
elves.
is in like the first age when the races of Middle Earth were created directly by the gods.
Yeah, okay.
Which you can learn about in our previous episode. Yeah, exactly.
You guys said that at the same time. How'd you
did.
know we had a previous episode?
Nah.
Oh,
well,
you know,
Peter and I met up before the show.
Oh,
We
whoa.
were kind of just
Yeah,
like
fuck.
talking and chatting. It's
We
like,
should include me.
That's really nice. It was nice, just the two of us.
this ring.
Nobody else.
No mics.
Yeah.
This ring had the power to inspire others, evoking hope from those around the wielder. So it was like a passive buff for your party.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what that one.
Passive inspiration. I gotcha.
He
Now
would,
you're speaking
however,
my
later
language.
die in battle against Sauron, which I'll detail later because it's very inspiring. Nenya was the ring of water and the adamant. Water and the adamant. And that was given to Galadriel, who is in the first Lord of the Rings book and film, and she's part of the White Council. She's Kate Blanchett, I think, is the actress. Yeah, exactly. She's still alive and still possesses it. Even in the film, she is wearing it.
It gives you like conviction, like you're really adamant about something, or
you're a stream and you're like, I'm gonna fucking wear down that stone.
Yeah.
I don't care if it takes a fucking 1,000 years.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
You're
you know
adamant about it.
You know what I want? I want me a Grand Canyon, and I'm gonna get me
I'm
a
gonna
Grand Canyon.
Actually, that's a really good thing for elves. You just grind things down by time. They've got the time.
Yeah, they got nothing but time.
Yeah.
And gorgeous blonde hair and perfect skin and all these other things I don't have.
Yeah.
Your skin's fine, Pete.
Like confidence.
Oh yeah, I'm hardly
Or a personality.
Yeah, I'm Keep moving on.
Stick to the script, Pete. Let's go. Let's go.
Sorry, fuck.
I was like, cue, laugh, ha ha ha.
Right to laugh at Ethan's hurtful remarks. So this one was made of mithril, which is a silvery metal, and has a white stone embedded in it.
Yes.
Is mithril real?
Frodo gets a shirt of it.
Mithril's not real. It's a myth, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. But it's in a lot of games.
Myth not real.
Well, it's from Tolkien.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like a lot of fantasy.
It's like
Like
a
modern day
fantastical
dragons
alloy.
or like
Whoa.
orcs.
It
or
made
like
it the whole way
a lot
because
of
it's
stuff.
from the first fantasy to Final Fantasy, and it's in Final Fantasy.
Exactly.
Is there mithril in Final Fantasy?
Yeah,
Sure is.
absolutely.
It's like one of the better armors usually. Is
It
mithril.
usually
It's
is.
like mid-rangey, yeah.
Mid-rangey?
It's like the second best light armor in Oblivion.
Yeah.
The best armor being glass because
Glass.
that's in canon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glass cannon is a whole other thing.
That's it.
Yeah, it's a different kind of build.
Yeah.
It's like me. I got one shot. Make it count.
So anyway, Galadriel is still the
Ethan tells
lady
his lovers.
of the elven realm of LotH, which is like the wood elf forest area.
Yes.
Basically. Its power was protection and preservation, also possibly the concealment from evil, which would explain why LotH was never touched during any of the wars.
Okay.
Her ring may have been protected, because remember, Sauron wanted all these rings that he paid for but didn't check out to be evil, and Celebrimbor like slammed out 3 in an afternoon.
Yeah.
He was just like quickly and just gave him to his best friends, basically.
Yeah. You made them.
Ooh, sorry, boss. I already shipped those ones. Did you want to see them before you did? Oh, damn.
Worked at the restaurant, slipped a couple extra patties in a burger or
Yeah, that's
something.
it.
Yeah,
One of them
when
has
your boys show up and they get a large fry for the price of a medium.
Yeah.
An extra couple slices of pepperoni on that pie. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I would never do that for you guys. I would never. Do
No,
that.
man.
No, I mean
I would
I'm
never risk my job like that.
no.
My
Respect
And
your-
when we find out what happens to
respect your boss.
Celebrimbor, this is really more of a lesson in just doing what your boss tells you,
Yeah.
no matter what.
No matter
Yeah.
what.
No matter what.
my free milkshake to paid for milkshake ratio is way off
Yeah.
in my whole life. Anyway.
But you worked at McDonald's, didn't you?
Yeah.
Then the final third ill-gotten give it to your boys ring was Vilya, and it was the Ring of Air. It was also first owned by Gil-galad, so he got 2.
You got 2. Damn.
Yeah.
I
It's
guess he was
just a
king.
really light ring. It just
Yo,
you don't
Pimp-
even feel like it's on.
Pimp's got 2 hands.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
10 fingers.
That's it. 10
Wait.
fingers, 2 hands.
Never learned to count that far,
20
but
fingers. Wait.
I'll trust you.
Okay, so he was the king of elves, so it makes sense that he gets 2 rings. But at that point, it raises the question: why did Galadriel get the 3rd ring? More than anything, why didn't he just get 3 rings at that point? He's king.
Galadriel is also
Royalty.
one of the oldest and one of the most powerful beings in Middle Earth. Like,
She gets all scary. She yells at Frodo.
yes, she does. Yeah. But this ring here, Vilya was later passed on to Elrond, who is Lord
know.
of the Elven city of Rivendell.
Agent Smith. From The Matrix.
Yes. Yeah.
Last
He-
name Hubbard.
Elrond Hubbard. Yeah, exactly. So he used, Vilya was the Ring of Air, and it had the power of deception, where you could just create a sick new religion out on a boat when you get really drunk with your buddies.
And Elrond was like, "Vilya, give it to me."
Yeah.
Oh,
Your money, and then if you get divorced, maybe Katie Holmes just disappears forever.
Yeah.
What of it?
It's good. Everybody wins.
You
Everybody
ate her
wins.
placenta, that's all you needed, right?
We'll have young
Tom
boys
Cruise.
on the boat. Yeah.
I saw a very real article this week that eating placenta is bad
Bad
for
for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Canadian study actually.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't going to do it, so good.
A lot of people do.
I know, I
You
heard.
don't have to.
It's homeopathic or something. It's like a natural remedy.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think a lot of. I don't know. I don't get it.
You got to eat the bubble that birthed you or something.
Yeah, that's it.
Sure.
Why eat that?
Yeah, I don't
Why
know.
eat it? It's not the bubble that birthed you. It's the bubble that birthed someone else.
I've only ever seen a dog eat placenta because they leave them around Ethan's farm.
They do. Sometimes
Dogs will eat
placentas
fucking
are-
anything, though.
Yeah.
They will.
The air ring, which Elrond didn't eat, to the best of my knowledge.
As far as we know, Elrond never tried to eat it.
Yeah, exactly.
He kept eating it, kept throwing it up on the carpet.
Yeah.
He would just eat it again and kept throwing it up again.
Elrond. It was a gold ring with a blue gem in it.
Okay. Pretty.
Yeah.
Sapphire.
Vilya was the greatest of the three rings, however.
Really?
However, its exact powers are never actually detailed.
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
He was just like, yo.
Just a bit of a MacGuffin. Like,
Yeah. He was like, it's the best one. What's it do? You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll know.
That's-
When you see it, you'll know. You just do little air cantrips, just
Yeah.
I can do gusts of wind. I can blow your shutters closed.
No, I was gonna say he's just out in the garden, no leaf blower, but he's just cleaning up leaves.
Yeah.
It's in the fall.
Got those elves, guys walking by in their big robes, just blowing their robes up.
I was going to say, investors around.
Elrond like Marilyn Monroe.
Elrond is Marilyn.
Hugo
Thinking that
Weaving.
too. Yeah.
It is speculated, however, to have the power to heal. In the first Lord of the Rings film, Elrond heals Frodo from the Morgul blade, which is an evil blade that breaks off a shard inside of him and risks turning him into a wraith.
And Nazgul.
A Nazgul, which we will talk about.
Nice. Very excited.
Shit.
It may have also given Elrond the power to see the future as well, but because he has the power of foresight. However, it's unknown if he just had that power because he's basically an angel anyway.
Okay.
Is he?
Well, he's an elf. The elves
Okay.
are the
No more so than any other elf, though.
no. Well, yeah, he's
They're the
very powerful. There's
Children of the Valar, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, they were created by Ainu Iluvatar himself. That was his race. Yeah,
Oh.
they all had their train sets,
All right.
and his train set was elves.
Okay.
Yeah, down in their basements. They all had their hobbies.
Yeah.
And that was the one. But it's possible that he could just do that on his own. Yeah, it's just it was fake. It was a placebo ring.
Yeah,
It was just
Yeah.
giving some fucking confidence.
You had the power inside you all along.
But foresight again, we came up in our Hollow Knight episode a while back. It's is foresight just intelligence above the person next to you? Is being able to see something coming? Is it actually a premeditated vision where you're I see what's coming, or is it well, this and this has happened,
Cause
so
and
this
effect.
must
Yeah,
happen?
Elrond
Yeah.
can see potential futures, and to the best of our knowledge, it's legit magic.
Okay.
Yeah. All that being said, though, the elven rings were actually super fucking weak.
Okay.
And this was the problem. The rings are invisible, for one. They do not make the wearer invisible. So you can reveal your ring as Galadriel has done, but the rings themselves generally remain invisible on the wearer's hand. But that's up until the events of the first book, thousands of years later.
Yeah.
When Galadriel reveals one to Frodo. And she's carrying Nenya.
None your business, Frodo.
Exactly. That's why it's invisible.
Yeah.
That might be a good episode title.
Actually, that's just a good mnemonic device. I'll remember that now. Yeah.
Nenya business, Frodo.
Yeah.
Vilya, give it to me, and none your business.
With
And
Vilya,
the third one, the first one that Peter talked about. Which
It's Vilya, Nenya, and then I'm going back here.
Vilya.
Narya.
Narya.
Narya gonna tell me it's Nenya business, Frodo.
will Vilya tell me later?
Sure.
We did it.
Yeah, perfect.
Hey, which one's which?
Yeah.
It was fire, water, and air.
Yeah.
Fire, water, air.
Yeah.
Nanya is adamant.
Yes.
Water. Water's adamant.
Well, Sam was there as so. This is interesting. This does not happen in the film, but in the book, when Galadriel reveals her ring, Sam is also there, but he doesn't actually get to see the ring because he's not a ring bearer. What he describes as though Galadriel was holding a ball of starlight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that because Sam at the end of the movies or the end of the trilogy, I can't carry the ring, but I can carry you.
Exactly. Yeah. So he couldn't see it, but the neat
But
thing
he's
is
not a ring bearer. I didn't know a ring bearer was an actual role in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
well,
that's really cool.
As soon as you get one, it imbues
Changes
you with a little
you.
bit of his power. Obviously, the Ring of Power itself in the films, and I'm not super familiar with the books, sadly. It's kind of like a drug addiction, right? Where it kind of just start to deteriorate, as we saw with Gollum.
Yeah.
But the other ones,
Did
have
Tolkien-
different effects.
Did Tolkien have any type of drug problem or drinking problem.
Well, he smoked
or...
a pipe nonstop and it killed him. But he's kind of
I don't think like
a little bit fucked up because he did fight in and survive through both world wars.
Yeah, and you would have seen people who fall to that stuff.
Yeah,
that's it.
exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Interestingly enough, the fact that the elven rings were made quite quickly and without Sauron's magic touch, this probably saved the 3 elven lords from corruption.
Cool.
Makes sense.
They had they have no service out in the woods. So
Yeah,
when,
that's it,
So when
yeah.
Sauron texted out the corruption message or whatever that bricks their iPhones,
Yeah.
they didn't get it.
We all okay.
You put the SIM cards in those rings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, boss. Totally.
Yeah.
All right, good.
There's 3 of us and 3 rings right now. If these were the only ones, who would get which one? Which one do you want, Ethan?
I gotta be wind. I think I'm air.
Is that the concealment one?
No, that's the ring of power. The Frodo's one.
No, the ring of
the one
water
that-
was the possible concealment
I-
from evil.
I would
but
like
we're
the water one.
Unsure.
Your water.
I'll take the fire ring in that case.
Cool.
What are you on about? These ring
Ninya
business.
business.
I'm air for sure. I'm flipping. Come on.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Yeah.
And
dude.
I'm a leaf in the wind. 3
with
sheets in
the
the wind.
possible
baby.
ability to heal and see the future.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
When you think sees the future, you think Ethan.
Ethan Palmer sees the future.
I know that.
Or maybe
you don't think it yet.
Oh,
Oh,
oh man!
I just noted.
You can't disprove that.
Called it. Called it.
I just got incepted by the air raid, dude.
You're
So
pregnant. now.
That was 3.
Oh man, my water broke.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Good thing you get the ring.
So that was 3. 7 rings that were made later were given to the dwarves. I want to get into their creation at some point. I'd like to do like a Races of Middle Earth episode, but I'm gonna wait for that because the dwarven race story is. I'll give you a little hint. No matter how much God Himself tells you that the elves were the first and true race of Middle Earth, it's not true. It was the dwarves.
Nice.
According to the dwarves, or to who now?
According to the history as bespoke by the gods and sang into existence.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I just love the story so much. I'll tell you now, and I'll elaborate later.
Yeah.
It was I can't remember the actual god that did it, but it was the god of the earth who was married to the tree lady who created the Ents.
Yeah.
He was just fucking around one day, created the dwarves, and then Ainu shows up, and he's like, "No, I was gonna create life.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't feed these things. I'm gonna have to take them out back and kill them." And then so he
All
takes
these short bearded things.
well, so he takes out back the 7 dwarf lords, and he's about to kill them, but his presence gives them life, and then they beg for mercy. And then he's just like, "You guys better go to sleep forever until I create my own race, and don't tell anybody you were here first."
It's the opposite of the Sleeping Beauty because the 7 dwarves were sleeping,
Yeah.
and then the Sleeping
Well, that's
Beauty
Snow
opened
White.
them up?
There was
Okay.
Snow-
Oh,
yeah.
it's Snow White. Yeah, that's the one.
Sleeping Beauty and the 7 dwarves.
It was Aule.
Aule. That's
Aule
it.
and Eru.
Yeah, Aule and Eru, and he created the dwarves.
They fucked. They made dwarf.
His dad.
He made him.
His dad got mad.
He made him. Eru gave him sapiens.
Yes. And
What did
then-
they do? They just cut an elf in half, and then 2 dwarves
Yeah,
ran
exactly,
away.
yeah.
Yeah, they went into dad's liquor cabinet, but all there was very tall people,
Yeah.
and he was just like, "Well, we need to share."
Yeah.
But yeah,
No,
the-
it was the opposite. When Iluvatar created the elves, he just took 2 dwarves and stuck them together.
Trenchcoat.
Yeah,
That's Peter's
exactly.
D&D character.
that is my
Yeah.
D&D
That is his
character.
D&D
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
See, there are no original ideas.
Fuck. Peter took it first.
No matter what, I'm
Eat your
stealing.
heart
Peter took it first.
Yeah.
Eat
No
your
matter
ass
what, I'm
out,
stealing from Tolkien.
Did you say eat your ass out?
Yeah, like the expression.
Eat your ass out, Tolkien.
Eat your own ass out, Tolkien.
The 7 rings for the dwarves, because they're the shitty second race, right? They weren't first at all. Silver medal race, those dwarves.
Yeah.
In the race, they were second. Yeah.
Yeah,
race- the
absolutely.
race for race,
we
yeah.
remember it. We have photos to prove it, he said, holding up a doctored image on a newspaper.
Yeah, that's it.
Can I get closer to that newspaper?
No.
No. But yeah, anyway.
I'm God. No.
But they probably went unnamed, possibly due to the fact that they did not work as Sauron has intended.
They
Because
didn't.
his outsourcing has thus far not really gone very well. It's like, look, dude, you're an angel. You would live forever. You want something done right, do it yourself. Which ultimately is the lesson of the Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
right? It's just like, don't rely on other people.
Tolkien just really wanted to clean his room, and then like
that's
that
it.
came out.
Yeah,
at the
exactly.
end,
But
yeah.
like this is the other thing is there's no reception underground either. So Sauron was
right.
unable to use the rings to have the dwarf lords submit to his will. possibly due to their natural hardiness, or possibly because they were the firstborn race of Middle-earth.
Yeah.
Despite what people have been told, the fact that they are objectively the firstborn race of Middle-earth, they may have been even more resistant to his corruption because he is barely older than the dwarven race
Yeah.
itself, right?
Yeah.
If I had to join one of the races, like, elves would be cool because they're, like, old as fuck, but, like, they're way too civilized. I think it'd be so fun to be a dwarf.
Hobbits, man. Hobbits all the way.
Hobbits, yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
How long do they live, though, versus dwarves?
Hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Hundreds?
Yeah. Like, Frodo himself is like,
No, it's
like
Bil-
an
it's
adult.
Bilbo's. It's a Bilbo's 111th birthday.
Yeah, but
And
Frodo's like
he old.
60-something.
But yeah, Frodo gets to live forever because he goes to the west.
The Grey Havens.
Sails to the west or the east.
Yeah, he goes to the Undying Lands.
As a boy who sunburns very easy, I think living in a mountain's a pretty cool idea. And
damp also.
Yeah.
Not just cool, but also damp.
yeah, it's damp. That's okay. I like to get moist. And you can learn how to, like, blacksmithing. That seems like dwarves are, like, the best at that, right?
yeah,
is
they
their
are the
thing.
craftsmen. Yeah, they're the,
Yeah.
the craft lords.
Fucking just hang out under a mountain, drink mead, and learn how to do things good.
Actually, I want to be a dragon. Fuck this. I want to be a dragon.
They're
People
like,
could try to
they're
kill
like
you.
demigods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I be
So-
a wizard? I'm a wizard.
Oh,
They're
actually,
angels,
wizard.
yeah.
Wizard's pretty cool.
Wizard's pretty cool.
I was just
The
saying,
Valar.
like, if you're gonna be an average Joe, though, like, you could be an average dwarf. Could you be an average wizard? No,
Yeah,
wizard.
but
There's
guess.
two blue wizards that no one remembers.
Yeah.
You could be one
Oh,
of
yeah.
them.
It's like,
Yeah,
you know, it's the height of mediocrity.
Gandalf, Saruman,
Yeah.
what the fuck is his name?
Radagast.
Radagast, and then Ethan and Jamie.
Just standing there like slap fighting each other.
The blue wizards. So, despite the fact that the seven dwarven rings did not work as Sauron had intended, they may have been kind of like curse investment rings.
Okay.
Where they paid off later on, because the dwarven rings could not make the users invisible. Okay, he could not directly corrupt them using the one ring, but what it did give them was insatiable greed
Oh, that's
And-
from Sauron?
and the ability to accumulate wealth. And who else just loves to fuck piles of gold?
Dragons.
Dragons.
Smaug.
Yeah. So, due to the combination of both the ability to accumulate wealth but be just insatiable, they kind of,
Attracted dragons.
They were the guys who left out a couple too many pizza boxes and they got roaches.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they got roaches.
Wow.
He gave him like,
This, of course, took thousands of years,
yeah.
right? But when you think about it, how many dwarven kingdoms still remain at the time of the Lord of the Rings?
None.
Fucking one. And
Really?
it's Dane of the Iron Hills.
Oh, right.
That's
Makes
it.
me sad.
Yeah, that's it. Because all the treasure attracted dragons. You know what? It's like you want ants.
You
This is
want
how
to be a
get
dragon
ants.
when I want to be a dwarf?
A big dragon magnet.
You're an
Yeah,
asshole.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's because I'm so attracted to you, Jamie.
Oh, that's why.
But yeah, so greed would lead the wearers to ruin. Whether this was intentional or not, it's still a curse of its own. But the
Okay.
rings did give them the ability to accumulate wealth. But the side effect was they only wanted more. They constantly, oddly enough, they were just chasing the dragon.
Yeah.
And the dragon found them.
Chasing the magic dragon.
Yeah.
Wow. I like to think dwarves just had, like, nice tree houses until they got the greed, and they're like,
Yeah,
we
that's
got
it.
the mountains where the gold is.
They're like
Yeah,
the
the
hippies
gold
living in
jack.
yurts, and they're like, I'm digging a fucking hole in the ground looking for gold, baby.
and then chasing the dragon, they come right into a dragon's den.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like that, yeah.
Boy, this rock sure does look like scale. Swing your pickaxe harder, idiot.
So this itself is obviously its own curse because dragons are incredibly intelligent, wickedly powerful, and extremely greedy.
Yes.
Did
Did dragons get a ring from Sauron?
Nope.
Making them greedy?
No, because they're on par. They're weaker than him, but they're powerful than the race, more powerful than the races of Middle Earth.
Makes sense.
Dragons, trolls, and Balrogs were created directly by
Malfoy.
Melkor. Yeah,
Malfoy.
so they're on the same level as Gandalf, who is stronger than Gimli.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're angels opposed to an ascended race sort of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
A discordant note. Two semitones next to each other. That's what they are. Gling.
Well, because
Sucks.
it was
That was one note.
the first theme.
No, wait.
So count 'em,
one
boys.
Mouth. With your one mouth.
Count them on one hand. Oh wait, you can't. You need two, because that's 10 rings now.
Shoot.
Okay.
7 dwarfs
This is 20.
and 3 elf.
That's 10.
So we're gonna hit on 9 now.
9 for man.
Yeah.
9 for man.
9 for the boys.
9 rings were given to the kings of men. Men being unique in that they are not immortal.
They're very shortly lived. Yeah.
Men were doomed to pass onto the world to a destiny unknown even to the elves.
Used.
Damn.
We're a guinea pig to a sea turtle.
They go live in a cave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They turn to green spooky ghost people.
Yeah.
Guinea pigs
you
or
die.
sea
Yeah.
turtles?
What's that?
Guinea pigs or sea turtles?
Guinea pigs.
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Both actually.
Yeah.
They share a similar fate.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
They,
weird.
they share similar lives in a lot of ways too.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Guinea pigs always pass into the ethereal realm. That's why you always show up and there's a new one in your elementary school class.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found out about animals called a skinny pig, which is the hairless version of a guinea pig.
Sounds gross.
A malnourished
Yeah, that's
cochon.
it, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds horrible. Yeah, so, I mean, says me, the man with the salamander and the fish tank, but yeah,
That is true.
There's nothing wrong with your salamander in the fish tank. though.
Gross. Looks like a penis.
she does
It does look like a
with
penis.
gills.
Looks like a penis
Oh, with a
frills and
flourish.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
With
mine.
a little content smile on it.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I get to come.
spurt, spurt.
Being a penis is probably like pretty cool.
Yeah. You get abused every once in a while. Can you do?
I
Once in a
would.
while.
Once in a while. Ooh.
I would be a dwarf before a penis any day.
Depends on who. If I had to choose between being a dwarf, being a long-lived, semi-immortal dwarf, and a penis, I would choose the dwarf.
Yeah.
I would
But
choose
if I
the
could be a dwarf penis, obviously, I would be
Obviously.
like that.
Do you
Yeah.
think they have human-sized dicks on their like little bodies?
I think they have
Yeah.
massive dongs.
I hope
yeah.
so. Like proportion-wise, or like compared to us. Even?
Massive both.
They got swingers,
Sweet.
man.
Oh yeah, nice.
Knockers. Third legs.
That's why they grow the beards.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like when you get a boner in class, you gotta tuck it into your beard.
Yeah, that's it. They introduce themselves to a woman. They like split it. They're like, hey,
Yeah.
Oh man,
like split the beard and let the
Beard spreading on the
let
metro.
penis poke out. Yeah, exactly.
I feel like a lot of dwarves have Scottish accents.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, well, that's the
in the
default
movie.
now.
Why though?
Because it's
why Hollywood?
Yeah.
Scottish people don't live in hills. They're
Maybe
not tiny.
Maybe they do. I mean, they live
from-
on hills.
I'm from Scottish heritage. Yeah, I guess I live
the
on hills.
moors. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty.
Not in hills.
Pretty sloped.
Yeah.
A lot of mountains. But I don't think that was a Tolkien thing, the Scottish accent. I think that's a Hollywood
that's a
thing.
Hollywood thing.
Okay.
They just needed some English-speaking accent that wasn't British to make them seem different.
Yeah,
Probably, yeah.
the elves are British.
Yeah.
Because they're haughty.
They
And
drink a lot.
The dwarves are Scottish because they're rough around the edges.
Yeah.
It's all like weird white on white racism. All the way down.
Yeah.
It's just it's imperial stuff just from the British Empire.
Exactly,
basically,
yeah.
Well, I saw a great review. This is going to the last tangent before we get into the 9 Rings of Men.
Yes.
Was I was watching this reviewer where he was
9
talking,
tangents for the 9 rings.
Yeah. This guy was talking about where you get to play as the 4 fantasy races, whereas the English, the Welsh, the Scottish, and the Irish. Okay. But it was humans, elves, dwarves, and hobbits.
Yeah, I guess the Welsh would be. Yeah,
Yeah.
the hobbits would be very Welsh.
Yeah, anyway, so the 9
Paran.
rings. All right, we're almost done.
Pam, Paran.
9 rings were divided among the evil-hearted men who were doomed, as these rings were under the control of Sauron.
Okay.
These were the primo evil rings. The high quality. This was
Was that LTE shit?
This was the daddy reserve.
yeah, Sauron's got a direct line to
Yeah,
you.
exactly. Only one of these men was ever given a title, and only one was ever actually named. So the Witch King of Angmar was named, or was titled, excuse me, and Kamul the Easterling was named.
Cool.
Oh, he's a bunny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Kamul the Easter Bunny.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be fucked up is when Frodo puts the ring on, he sees all like the spectral forms. There's like a big rabbit.
Yeah, there's like Santa Claus, the big rabbit,
Santa
like
Claus,
Tooth
a
Fairy.
leprechaun,
Yeah.
the Tooth Fairy.
That's Donnie Darko shit, though. That's like.
That's good art. Though.
Wouldn't it be so funny if like he puts the ring on, he sees like all the ring race, they all look normal, then there's just one of them like running around with brightly colored eggs, like hiding them in the background. Like,
Oh, it's the only way you can see the eggs on Easter.
yeah, and then
Yeah,
you gotta put the ring on.
exactly.
You go to the Wraith dimension.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, Frodo just got the ring so you get those Cadbury cream eggs in fucking
Yeah,
July
in
or
July,
whatever.
yeah, whenever he wants it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I'm popping over to the ring dimension. Anyone want some candy?
yeah exactly. We got
He'll
a
give you
few
some mini eggs.
Yeah. All right, you got it.
Blibbo?
Yeah,
good?
Blibbo, you good?
Kamul was a king. So this is Kamul the Easterling in what is basically like the Middle Earth version of the Mediterranean.
Okay.
Because it's the guys who ride the elephants.
Okay.
Do
Yeah,
people
oh, yeah,
ride
yeah.
elephants in the Mediterranean?
Well, Hannibal did, yeah.
Lecter?
Across the Alps.
Across the Alps.
Shit.
Yeah. Have you not seen Silence of the Lambs 2 Crossing the Alps?
Yeah.
Dude, for a second, I thought you were serious till Ethan laughed.
God, you've
was
really
like,
never seen a movie in your life.
When Hannibal Lecter escapes the FBI and mounts an elephant and rides it across the mountains.
On elephant back. Astride an elephant.
Yeah,
Dude,
the most efficient way to cross mountains.
There's a movie coming out called Detective Pikachu, and it's voiced by
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Van Wilder.
Why
Fucking
couldn't Hannibal Lecter cross the mountains on an elephant?
Thank you!
Movie magic, baby.
I'm constantly baffled by what comes out.
I guess I guess the point being Hollywood is an absolute shit show. Yeah. They will make anything, and if putting Anthony Hopkins on an elephant to make
Makes
him
money,
escape the FBI,
It makes a
sure.
buck.
Yep.
Originally, it was supposed to be voiced by Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
I would
Be much more down.
destroy that movie if it was Danny DeVito, yeah.
Oh,
I like Ryan
I'd
Reynolds.
move heaven and earth to see
Yeah,
that
that's
film.
Yeah. We're talking about soundcheck, though. If there's Fritos, Doritos, what about DeVitos?
Yeah.
What would they taste like?
TM.
Yeah, TM. Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. Email loreboyspodcast@gmail.com with what you think a DeVito's would taste like.
I think they're pork rinds, but made from rum ham.
But they've got to be triangle chip shaped though. We're keeping
Fritos are not all that.
We're keeping the form factor.
Can we
of
give them
Doritos.
like a little fringe of hair?
Oh, I'd love a little toasty little bit of hair to just really stay
stuck
in your
in your
mouth
teeth.
after you're done the chip.
Exactly,
You know? Yeah.
We'll hash it
You
out.
gotta spit
after.
them out.
Yeah.
It's like eating like grapes with that aren't pitted. You know,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
man.
gotta spit the seeds out.
Yeah.
Oh, I
yeah.
love
With
that.
with new DeVito Lore Boys brand DeVitos, you gotta spit the little hair pieces out.
So we've
Just
almost
saying though, I swallow the seed, but
we've
yes.
almost got a complete breakfast on our hands at this point because one, we branded clam juice a couple weeks ago, and now
Shit.
you get a bag of DeVitos and you get in a cereal bowl.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just
clam juice
Yeah.
and
I don't wanna-
Danny DeVito flavored corn chips.
Dude,
I don't
I
want
gotta
to
get
spoil
my
it, but
daily
we maybe
clams
have
in.
we maybe have a cookbook coming out.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, 18 things to do with clam juice.
Clam juice and DeVitos, best paired with a Four Loko.
Yeah, exactly.
Or 4.
Yeah, 16 Loco.
Yeah, 16 Loco. Go 16 Loco this holiday season.
So, to get back to the 9 here, despite the fact he didn't have a name but a title, the Witch King of Angmar was the leader of the 9.
Yes.
He is the most powerful of the
He's the Witch King.
human kings.
So it was this guy who became the Witch King of Angmar. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
The Mediterranean boy.
No, that's Kamul. He's just one of the
It wasn't
9.
Kamul who became
No,
the
the Witch King of Angmar is a different wraith than the Witch King himself. And then there's 7 other unnamed spooky boys.
There was one named human and now one named wraith, not necessarily the same person.
They're not the same person.
Exactly.
Explicitly not the same person.
Kamul the Easterling and the Witch King of Angmar are different people.
Okay.
And then there is
Both in life and post-life.
yeah, and then there are 7 other wraiths.
But they might be the same person.
But
No.
No, they aren't.
What I'm hearing is maybe they're the same person.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not Kamul the Easterling doesn't go by Witch King on the internet.
Yeah.
They're different.
XX420
Yeah.
no scope Witch King.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
Angmar.
Yeah.
At Witch King.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
boys.
9
I got
rings-
such a long no scope in Apex the other day. Sorry, I just had to say it. Let's go.
Okay.
The 9 rings gifted the men with great power and wealth and made. Oh, excuse me. I was like getting confused with my own typo. And turned them into powerful sorcerers as well. That's
Hell
why he
yeah.
would later be known as the Witch King, is because the rings turned them into sorcerers.
Made them witches.
It appeared to give them eternal life. They didn't age. However, after some time, life became unbearable to them.
They kept like eating grapes and they turned to ash in their mouth.
When they put their rings on, they would see phantoms of Sauron, and one by one, due to like man's innate inability to resist evil, they fell under Sauron's permanent control.
Okay.
Yeah. So soon, life became unbearable, but then they have to put the rings on, and then putting the rings on would make them go crazier and crazier until they just like stayed.
It's drugs, you're saying.
It is.
It's meth.
It is. It's meth. Yeah.
Sauron gave them meth.
They
Yikes.
became wraiths that would only do Sauron's bidding. Well, like where their bodies are kept, their bodies are said to still exist.
They're locked up with Walt Disney.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I was gonna say is like most think the 9 and Walt Disney are kept in the dungeons of Sauron's fortress of Barad-dûr,
Okay.
which is the
Yeah.
tower with the flaming eye on top of
Yeah.
it.
We talked about last episode that
Lenin's
Frozen
body
is just
as
a
well.
cover, right?
You got Lenin in the glass coffin, Walt Disney,
Yeah.
the 9 ring wraiths.
Yeah, yeah. That's
in
it.
the basement of Barad-dûr.
Mickey's down there tending to them like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The Greenwich
one ring to
clock.
rule them all.
So also in the one
Yours,
brand,
Mickey.
yeah, whatever. Fucking was build me an army worthy of Mordor, and he goes out and buys fucking Fox.
Yeah.
I'm saying that,
Yeah, you don't want to bring that Mickey out of the vault, though. He's a very different Mickey.
Yeah,
he's not so
exactly.
tolerant of everyone.
Yeah.
You leave that Mickey where he belongs.
Yeah.
you know what? The Dungeons of
And-
Barad-dûr, I think, are a good place for racism.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's Steamboat Mickey.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, just leave that shit in there.
Yeah.
Disney's from the Vault collection. I mean,
Yeah.
the
So
Vault under Barad-dûr.
interestingly enough, yeah, exactly. Yeah, the vault's in Barad-dûr. Lore Boys canon. Interestingly enough, the 7 reclaimed dwarven rings are also in the Dungeons of Barad-dûr.
Okay.
So Sauron managed to get all his old phones back
Yeah,
to,
that's
give, to
it.
give to his girlfriend
These
because she
fucking
keeps
things
breaking.
never worked.
Yeah, she keeps breaking them. So
Yeah.
he's got like a bunch of spare cell phones to give to his girlfriend.
Something you want to talk about, Pete?
Nope.
Pete, you seem stressed. Everything okay at home, Pete?
I'm just saying, I got one girlfriend and no spare phones.
Yeah, that's fair.
I used to have a. I
You said 7. Got him back from my dwarf friends.
Yeah, I used to have a lot of spare phones. Just saying. So the wraith's strength increases with Sauron's to the point where the Witch King was apparently able to match Gandalf in power,
Oh yeah.
who is an angel. Well, if we recall, during the Battle of Minas Tirith,
Yeah.
he, through sheer force of will, explodes Gandalf's wizard staff.
That is true.
In his hands.
That is true.
Yeah.
Pretty badass.
Well,
I guess
no,
like in the first movie too, they're riding horses. The
I
third
think he-
movie, they're riding those worm things.
Yeah, they're called
Yeah.
fell beasts.
Fell beasts.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a sheer force of will. I think he just knew what made Gandalf tick.
Yeah,
And
he
then-
knew how to get his goat.
Yeah, exactly. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
Gandalf's like, and then just
It was Gandalf's own power.
Oh, yeah.
explodes in
Yeah.
his hand. Yeah, exactly.
I hate it when it explodes in my own hand.
Yeah.
The cool thing is, the Witch King was once a regular man, and Gandalf is and always has been an angel.
A demigod.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and now he's more powerful than that. So this is like kind of crazy.
His smoke tricks is what really impresses me. Though.
Yeah, that's it. He's good with a pipe. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
man, the little sailboat. Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty cool.
Oh, and so did Tolkien.
Pretty cool.
The 9, however, their ethereal forms, were visible to the Maiar. Sauron and the wizards, and whomever else was wearing the ruling ring, which is the one ring, the gold one, could see their spirit forms, which we see in the films, where
Yes,
they're the
when
spooky
Frodo puts it on.
the ghost boys.
When he's like,
And the
I'm
Easter-
gonna get away from these idiots by
Yeah.
putting my ring on.
Yeah.
He's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I don't remember there being so many ghosts in the smoky dimension.
Yeah, that's it.
And also the Easter Bunny.
I only remember a big red eye.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Big
that
red eye.
scene where he's like under the branch, like in the first movie, where it's like he's in an enclave of dirt, and then like the guys
yeah,
are looking
yeah.
for him and come
When
over,
they're
like
just
the
leaving the
horsemen.
Shire,
Oh, like
yeah,
right,
exactly.
right at the beginning when the
Yeah,
one, yeah.
The horses are coming over and looking down in the enclave. He's hiding, heart beating in front, just the Easter Bunny.
Easter Bunny. Like a guy, no, not an Easter Bunny, but a guy in an Easter Bunny costume, like hopping along.
I think if the Easter Bunny was in every dramatic scene in Lord of the Rings, it'd be an objectively better film.
Infinitely better, yeah.
Kamul, the
Already a
Easter,
good film.
Yeah.
Infinitely better.
Kamul the Easter Bunny.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Peter, during our New Year's party, we were like watching the
Second one.
The second one, yeah.
Towers.
And there's a lot of times where there's really intense conversations where they're really close.
Yeah.
And like, what if after every really intense conversation they just snuck in a little kiss? Like, like that would take off so much
You know what's
pressure
funny?
from everything.
Yeah.
That's-
Everyone could really relax.
That's
Yeah,
the exact same thing I wanted for every fucking Batman Arkham game.
oh, yeah.
Because you can move around in the cutscenes.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can get uncomfortably close to everyone who's speaking, but you can never give them a little sweet little peck on the cheek.
Can't peck him.
Oh,
Nope.
you know what? Everyone
it's
at
not
home,
Shadow of Mordor.
everyone at
Bullshit.
home, next time you're having
Same combat, though.
Next time you're having a tense conversation, doesn't matter who it is. Give him a little peck.
All right.
See how it goes.
See how it goes. Don't do that.
No, that's a bad
Very
idea.
rapey vibes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a bad idea.
it's assault in some
Ask
cases.
for consent and then maybe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Say, can I kiss you?
Think about it. Use critical. If you're listening to this and you're not sure, use critical thinking. Yeah. You know, is this an appropriate situation to kiss somebody?
Are they your boss? Don't
Yeah.
do that.
Are they your boss? Are they a coworker? Are they
Complete
just
stranger?
A stranger? Are they anybody who hasn't explicitly consented to you
Yeah.
kissing?
If you see one of us in public, consent's there, all right?
Yeah, if you see me in public, consent is there.
Lord Wars Cannon.
So give me a peck on the cheek.
Any of us. Yeah. So now let's count our rings, boys. I got 5 on one hand, 5 on another.
I got 3.
Yeah.
I just got one on both of my pinkies.
Cool.
that is
Well,
very cool.
well, that means we lost some because we're at 19. So now we can move on to 20. The big 2-0.
Whoa.
The one ring, the ruling ring. Okay.
The ruling ring. That's
This
what they
ring
call it.
was not outsourced. Sauron realized his mistake, where like the elves couldn't get any reception, the dwarves.
Yeah.
It wasn't the exact kind of fucking evil curse that he was looking for.
Yeah.
He was just like,
This evil curse is so slow. What the
Yeah,
hell, man?
exactly.
He was on. It was 3G network, is what it was.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
He
powerful,
couldn't
though.
get the download speed.
He's
that he
powerful. He
needed.
put his own dink right in it and just started hammering away at it.
Oh, yeah.
and-
He used his dick.
yeah.
Yeah, instead of a smithing hammer. 'Cause that's some bitch shit right there.
That's how he got the engraving on the inside. Is
Yeah,
that right?
exactly.
It was forged in secret by Sauron himself. Celebrimbor apparently didn't think it was weird that he ordered 19 rings because odd numbers. It's not like a baker's dozen, which is 13.
I mean, though 3, 5, and 7, or 3, 5, and 9.
3,
Very,
5,
very
and 9.
fine.
Are, like,
Suck it
pretty
to me,
normal
suck it to me.
numbers.
One
No,
more
3,
time.
7, and 9. Excuse me.
3,
Okay.
7, and 9.
Yeah, 3, 7, and 9.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because we know how this all turns out. Where it seems like a weird order, but like 19 rings is like, cool, man.
Could I get 19 rings and just the material for a 20th? But
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna make a ring or
Just
anything.
for repairs?
Yeah, that's it. Just,
Yeah, sure, whatever, man.
Do you want like more than like just one extra ring's worth of stuff for repairs? You got like 19 rings, more than might break. No, just the one. It's good.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm not expecting more than one repair.
Yeah. Well, I ordered 19. Could I get like a free one?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I don't normally do deals, Sauron. Like, come on, man, you know me.
It's a
Come on,
bake-
Celebrimbor.
Celebrimbor, we go way back, man.
I need like a baker's 4 hands.
Yeah. Celebrimbor, come on! I was there at the creation of your race.
Yeah,
Come on.
exactly. Yeah. And let's not forget, I was there at the creation of the first race. He's like, okay, fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Just don't tell anybody. Fuck, you can have enough gold for whatever you want. I don't care. Fuck. Sauron put much of his power into this ring, and it was the ring to rule them all, and was intended to dominate the minds of the 19 bearers.
Yes.
It contained the powers of all the rings to an even greater extent. So, wind, fire, water, gold attractions.
The Captain Planet ring.
Sorcery.
Heart.
Foresight, foreskin,
Yeah.
Yeah.
sight,
It's a regular
other sight. Yeah.
4-4.
Healing, probably.
Good song.
4-4 loco.
The 16 loco.
Yeah.
He could pound 16 loco and still walk home.
Racist Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, exactly.
On there, yeah.
He could defrost Walt Disney whenever he wanted.
Okay, yeah.
All the power of the other rings.
Yeah, the wealth to buy Fox at his whim.
Yeah, exactly. He bought Fox, so that means he got X-Men and The Simpsons.
And the Avengers.
They're already Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always?
The first Avengers.
Yeah,
Disney owned
yeah,
them.
exactly.
Disney or Marvel by the first one.
So what he wanted to do basically was kind of like get into everybody's minds and dominate their races, and that's what he wanted this ring for.
Yeah.
He wanted to take over the world, weirdly enough, without military action.
He just wanted to like, I'm in charge now.
Yeah, he was just like
He wanted a peaceful coup.
Honestly, that's kind of noble
Yeah.
if you put it that way. It's like,
he
hey,
just wanted to put viruses on anybody's computer by sending them spam emails. That's it.
if you could put a virus on someone's computer to make them stop doing racist tweets, would you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if that turned out to be the ring and it killed everybody?
Dang.
Dang.
What if those racists turn into immortal ghosts?
Yeah, that's it. What if those racists are actually cowards, flee a battle, and then are tormented by their betrayal for the rest of eternity?
And live in a mountain, and you need to go get them back later.
Yeah, until
Dang
a king
it.
shows up to bring them back.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, when Aragorn had to go get all those KKK skeletons.
Yeah, exactly. Could you guys not wear the hoods, though?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I really need your help, but could you not embarrass me?
Your bony lips.
I'm gonna be king someday.
I was gonna say, your bony lips are fine. Just take the fucking hoods off. The ring itself, however, was the simplest because he wasn't too vain, despite
Nah.
his desire for power.
No gold and blue.
It was just a gold band.
Just gold band, baby.
It was a plain old ring.
Yeah. That's not Indiana Jones. It's the plain cup. That's the god one.
It was a
the
wood
good one.
cup. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was a wooden one. Yeah, he had not, like, unlike Nazi guy, had not chosen poorly. So
Okay,
Sauron did not age to death in front of that hot blonde chick.
Nice.
Story wouldn't have existed if he did, I bet.
No, exactly. Sauron found out about the 3 elven rings and was super not cool with them being untouched by darkness. He thought- yeah. Though the one ring still had a little bit of power over them, he decided to attack the blacksmith Celebrimbor. Celebrimbor was shot with multiple arrows and mounted on a spike. And
Cool.
then his corpse was paraded around like a banner.
Cool. That's what you
That's
get
a-
for crossing me.
That's the thing that happened, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't do it so much anymore, eh? That type of stuff.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
mean, some parts of the world, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to talk about it on this episode, but yeah.
Can we talk
No,
about
there's
that?
still a lot of war crimes going
yeah.
on.
Can we talk about heads on spikes a little bit? Yeah.
We're just gonna wrap up the War of the Ring, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Instead of the injustices of the real world.
Yeah.
All of this.
We don't have rings. Everything's fine here.
Yeah. No evil rings on Earth.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
good.
This is a fantasy world where evil exists, not like the real world.
Yeah, no. You know what? I'm gonna go hang out with regular Jim.
Yeah.
That's an old meme. Go find that one in our backlog there.
One of the first 10 episodes.
Twitter
I think.
James.
I don't remember where
It's a
that is.
Metroid episode.
There you go.
As regular
Oh,
Jim.
Pete, you remember so much.
it's got
I
a good-
forget our whole.
Mine
our
like a
whole-
trap, this one.
You tricked me into thinking we said stuff about people that we didn't in the sound check because I do not remember our
Yeah.
first episode.
I sure did do that, yeah.
Tricked you into thinking that Silence of the Lambs 2 featured Hannibal crossing the Alps on an elephant.
Well, that was just my own movie ignorance. but
Because you couldn't remember the movie that you'd see.
I can't remember a movie I haven't seen. We'll say that. Yeah.
So all of this rings and all these rings and all this corruption and all this trying to control people's minds with jewelry would eventually lead to the War of the Last Alliance, where men and elves would fight alongside each other against Sauron and his ring. Gil-galad, who, if we remember, was the OG
king.
pimp, got the first two rings before
yeah.
giving one to Elrond. He was alongside Elendil, who was a human king, and the High King of Gondor. Sorry, I said that weird. Elendil was a human king and the High King of Gondor. Yeah, that's both those things.
Was the human king of Gondor.
Yes, exactly. They managed to inflict enough wounds on Sauron that Elendil's son Isildur could cut the ring from his hand.
Okay.
Which we remember from the first film. In the book, it is so much cooler. They both suffered, so this would be Gil-galad and Elendil. They would both suffer great wounds in the process, and Elendil ended up dying.
Yeah.
And then after Isildur cut the ring from Sauron's hand, Gil-galad received severe burns from the heat and died from the explosion of energy that erupted
yeah.
from Sauron's armor.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm not okay.
Good thing
with
Isildur just throws it into the fire when he's done.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, exactly.
Ouch! That's not a way to go. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
You guys are too happy about this.
Melted alive.
It's really fucking cool. I think it's a good, because Sauron had tied himself so hard to the ring that as
So much
soon
of
as
his
they were
power was invested
separated,
in it, yeah.
all of the, remember, he's an angel. All of his angelic light burst forth and then burned Gil-galad to death.
And presumably, a lot of other people. A lot of other unnamed people.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Presumably or presumedly?
Presumably.
Are we sure on that
Lore
one?
Boys canon.
Yeah, okay.
Presumably.
All right.
Don't take us down this rabbit hole again!
Gil-galad was not known to have a wife or any children, so the ring passed to Isildur, which he took as a trophy.
Elrond told him to cast it into the fire.
The ring, exactly, he did, which he did not, because the hearts of men are so easily
And
seduced.
fickle.
The ring
me.
retained some of its power over the weak hearts of men, and Isildur kept it.
I always heard the saying the hearts of men are smart and stuff.
This would then
Cool, and they got big dicks.
yeah. This would then move, not as big as dwarves though.
No, not as big.
Yeah.
Not like a dwarf dick.
Those are monstrously large.
No, just
So
bigger
then
than
we
the
move
beard.
into the prologue of the film and the books that where you talk about the ring and how it kind of stayed with Isildur,
Until
got
he's
him
riding
killed.
through the forest, bandit gets him killed.
It was orcs attacked them.
Was it orcs?
Yeah.
When does Blibbo get it?
He finds it by accident.
Yeah, he challenges, or he finds it by accident, then Smeagol tries to get it back.
Yeah.
Or I guess it's Gollum at that point, tries to get it back, but he challenges him to riddles in the dark.
Yeah. So
It's a great chapter in the
Last time I played Riddles in the Dark, I was really unhappy with the result.
Yeah, that's right. I haven't spoken to my uncle since.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, no, the
Let's play Who's in My Mouth.
Yeah.
the ring kind of got retconned into being super important because in The
Yeah.
Hobbit it's just a magic ring.
It's just a ring of
Yeah.
invisibility.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then it's like, hey, I'm going to write a whole book about this fucking ring that they found.
Yeah, it turns
It's kinda
out it's
cool.
bestowed
Yeah.
upon the earth by
As a dungeon master, I would totally do. If it was like somebody is like, hey, I want to roll to search the room, and I'm like,
Magic
okay.
ring.
There's nothing in that room. I haven't read anything in that room. They're like, I rolled a natural 20. I might be like, okay, you find this thing, you find this gold and all this gems, and then after that session, you go home and you're like, okay, now what the fuck is all this shit that they found?
Ethan, you're right. You wrote The Lord of the Rings.
That is true. I did do that.
yeah, exactly. So guys,
Jethan, Rorge, Runyer,
Tolkien,
Tolkien,
Palmer.
Palmer. That's my name.
Wow. I'm just learning that now after 20 whatever years. Yeah.
So that's the rings. That's them rings in the Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
And the Lord himself.
Now, Sonic, those rings, same rings?
Yep.
Cool.
That's
You
why he
can
never
check out-
dies
That's why
when he
there's
gets
only
hit.
20 rings in Sonic.
Yeah, you can check out our episode
across
about
every
the Chaos
Sonic game.
Emeralds.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the theme song for Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, exactly.
Written by who writes the actual Lord of the Rings?
Howard Shore.
Sure, yeah.
We played a medley from the first movie in high school, and it was beautiful. The flute section was great. I was on trombone. There's not a lot of highlights for trombone on that soundtrack, but anyways, yeah.
Not a lot of highlights in the life of a tromboner.
Oh,
either.
this song,
Boom! I got him.
oh, you got me. There's one song that it does real good, but
There's one song where I really
yeah.
Foley high five.
It's Pacquiao. What's his name?
Pavarotti.
You know, Pavarotti. That's the one. Yeah, Pavarotti has a really good trombone
I do
line.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
So, before we wrap up, possibly the most important thing ever written as far as fantasy goes would be this one email we got from Denmark.
Oh, we got a friend from Denmark. Anyone else who's out there, send us an email at loreboyspodcast@gmail.com. We love to hear from you, Denmark. Dude, I was having a bad day, and your email legitimately brought me from like a 2-day to an 8-day. Like, I was so much happier after reading
Yeah,
this. So,
I love seeing
Yeah.
it come in, yeah.
Yeah.
So, this one goes. Hey, boys. Shout out from now, in brackets, sunny Denmark. I love your show, and the banter keeps me chuckling on early and late work commutes. I'm looking forward to more great stuff from y'all. That's a Danish term, I guess. I don't really understand that.
internet
It means you all.
I know.
It means well, yeah. Yol.
I don't know if any of you ever played Arcanum, but if you like obscure RPGs, it could be worth looking into. Keep up the good work. Ben, Denmark.
Ben, we love you, dude.
Bendmark is, I believe, what it is.
Yes.
Yeah,
Denmark.
Denmark.
Dude, thank you so much for writing in.
Thank you, Ben. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
thanks, Ben. I have a friend from Denmark.
Yeah?
His name
Ooh.
is Per. P-E-R. We also have a land dispute as Canadians with Denmark. We're Hans Island.
Oh
Go
my
in,
god.
remove their
It's
flag.
Such a nice story, though. I
we
love
place
it.
a bottle of rye and place our flag. Then they come, remove our flag, place a bottle of schnapps,
Yeah.
and
And back and forth. We feed each other liquor in the most friendly of.
the most Canadian and Denmarkian.
Yeah,
Danish.
yeah.
That's the one. That's definitely the one.
So anyway, if you like all that stuff about some of the fancy bling there, and again, thank you, Ben. We would like some bling of our own, but for that, we need some cashola. So, Ethan, Lord Boys Prime, what are we going to buy with all that sick Lord Boys Prime money?
So you guys heard about the cookbook.
Yep.
Clam juice is going to be big this season.
Yes.
We're here to tell you that clam juice is not only delicious and nutritious, it also has 100 other useful applications for it. So we have...
Possibly the power of foresight. We don't fucking know.
We're putting out 2 books. One, our cookbook. The second one, 101 uses for clam juice. Because we have way too much clam juice, so we've been getting pretty creative
I'll
with
tell
it.
you, 99 of them are different types of Caesars, but
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Jamie did have a lot of input in this book. We kind of
Yeah.
This is kind of his project. Me and Peter kind of focused on the cookbook.
Yeah.
And the podcast.
Ethan just said
Producer
clams,
quality.
and then Peter just said clam juice.
Yeah.
But anyways.
And then
then
Jamie just
Jamie went
ran
off.
with it.
Yeah,
he went
he
with it.
took
He was
off.
just like, no, I know what to do.
I've never
guys.
seen him so industrious before. But
Yeah.
anybody who wants to support the show financially, please buy our cookbooks and our clam juice books.
Guys-
it is scented like clam juice because we dip them each in clam.
We joke. It's been
Before
2
setting them
years. I'm gonna set up a Patreon this week. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna set up a
Like a
Patreon.
real one?
Yeah, because like honestly, there's we have given the opportunity for people to give us money, and you make a wonderful joke every week. We never have. There's people who want to support us. We can buy better mics. We can get a studio.
We've talked about this before. As soon as we give people the option to actually pay, we're gonna owe them a lot of shit which we can't deliver.
Yeah.
We don't have this book, Jamie.
All right, well,
Jamie, this is all make believe.
Let's
We
consult
can
the
barely
lawyers.
meet and record these days.
Let's consult the lawyers. We'll come back next week.
Yeah,
We'll see how
We're
we
recording
have,
at
yeah.
9 o'clock or 10 o'clock on a work night.
Yeah.
One quick thing, though, that I think you should also check out is there is going to be a poll out on our Facebook as to what flavored DeVitos are going to be.
Yeah, that is.
Oh, I would love to. Yeah.
My vote is
Wait, you want to
clam
do like
juice.
corn chips, some other kind of grain chip,
I'm
whatever,
still on the pork rinds, dude.
potato,
Yeah.
or just
Jamie's
just like,
pork rind man.
or just thin rind.
I'm a pescatarian.
I'm not saying I want to eat
He's a
DeVitos.
Episcopalian.
I'm saying what fits DeVito best is pork rinds.
Fair.
Yeah, but what fits Doritos?
Are we talking?
best?
So now I really feel like we're getting off the rails here, but I feel like you're talking Frank Reynolds more than you're talking Danny DeVito.
Yeah,
How do you know Danny DeVito?
He was in Matilda.
He was in Matilda.
On a day-to-day basis?
No.
That's one movie. It's Always Sunny in Matilda was not a thing.
Yeah. So
anyway,
anyway,
the cookbook.
thank you, Ben.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ben, for reaching out.
Yeah.
Everybody else, please reach out to us. Send us emails. Tweet at us at LoreBoys on Twitter. We're at LoreBoys Podcast on Instagram.
I'm at Pete O'Donohue on Twitter.
I'm at Ethan the Dead Man.
TLB_James Miller on Instagram. And I need a Twitter. If you guys want to send in some Twitter ideas for my name, because I really need a new name, I'm going to rebrand my PlayStation and I'm going to get a Twitter.
Damn, we're over J-Milk.
Yeah.
Jeez,
over
really?
J-Milk. I'm
What's your brand, dude? Careful with it.
I got it.
He's
Yeah.
lactose gym tolerant. Fuck. How much is the cookbook?
$24.99.
There you
That's
go.
not the cookbook, sorry.
Okay.
That's the clam juice book. The cookbook is free if you buy the clam juice book. We have way too many of them, and I don't think they're gonna sell.
Yeah. We use that plastic wrap and just like hair dried it on the front. Yeah. And that constitutes a lore boys.
boys.
Ow.
Ow. Lord of the Rings.
Goodbye.
Throat singing.
Nailed it. Nailed it. Everyone at home, you got some free throat singing on this episode.
Didn't know that Jamie was
Wait,
Mongolian
Ethan,
slash
sing,
Inuit.
sing a note. Sing a note. That's what dragon sounds
God, look
like.
what that looks like.
Yeah, it looks great.
Look at the waveform on that.
Oh, she's thick.
Yeah.
That's some thick waveform.
You're welcome,
You come
listeners.
to the Lore Boys for some thick waveform.
Some thick waveforms, yeah.
Yeah, that's why you
And
gotta
ASMR.
combine those two together. But it's hard to do in practice.